The Chicago Bulls are sad. This is a sad organization. AK needs to be fired. Everybody that's in this front office, Jerry needs to sell the team. This team, they have no intentions of winning. They have no intentions of competing. Vooch is still on the roster. They have 6 point guards. They have no intention of winning. No intention of doing anything. They have no intention of rebuilding the right way. And AK in interviews said Trey Jones, a guy they added in the trade sending Zach LaVine to the Kings, somebody that's been rumored and linked to the Chicago Bulls. They said after his contract's up, Casey Johnson reported that he's expected to potentially stay with the Bulls. It doesn't make sense. Josh Giddey, he's going to be up for a new contract after the end of the season. Kobe White, his deal's reaching an end. Io, you're going to have to pay him too, and they're outplaying their contracts. So you're in a really tough spot. You just gave Lonzo Ball an extension too, which I like. I like what Lonzo Ball's done for our team. He's 27 years old, plays winning basketball, impacts his team defensively and offensively. The team is just better when he's out on the court. So I like keeping him into the fold of things, but it doesn't make sense when you have 6 point guards. It doesn't make sense when you have all these damn guards. Kevin Huerter, we have a bunch of shooting guards too. So just the amount of guards we have on this roster, we are even putting lineups out there, a starting lineup with 4 point guards and Vooch. That is a recipe for disaster. So there was deals on the table to get Vooch out of Chicago. The Bulls said no. Weren't getting the return that they desired. Vooch should be in Golden State right now for Kevon Looney and Gary Payton, but he's still on the Bulls. Josh Giddey, there was some offers for him to the Spurs. That should have been taken immediately. Josh Giddey, you want Josh Giddey? I don't even need to hear the return. Take his ass. Because Josh Giddey isn't that good. He's not elite at anything. He has some good 20-point triple-double performances, whatever, but it's not consistent. Not good defensively at all. If the Bulls give him a contract, I'd be mad as fuck about it. I think in terms of who we're building around, Kobe, Io, Lonzo, those are the 3 point guards I'm okay with keeping for the future. Everybody else got to go. Javon Carter might stay in Chicago because he's from Chicago. He's going to take his player option most likely. So if you want to keep him, fine. Those are the 4 guards that I'm okay with keeping. Everybody else could go. Josh Giddey could go. But just having the ability to get something for them at this deadline, it makes you mad. And they probably would have fucked it up too if they made a trade. Probably would have got fleeced. Cash considerations, baby. But just how this Bulls team is being ran, it's terrible. To think we could have traded Zach LaVine to the Knicks and got RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly. D Rose was in a potential deal for that too. He could have came home for a little before he retired. So just how we've handled our assets, how we've held on to them too long, how we've said no to deals and then end with nothing for these players. We end up trading them just to get our own picks back. Just to get our own assets back. So we're really in return getting nothing for these players. So it's been a bad season. One thing AK said too that should be a fireable offense. He said making the play-in with this roster, he would consider a win. The only way the Bulls are getting out of this dysfunction and getting a chance to win anything for the future, obviously, Cooper Flag. If the Bulls somehow land the #1 overall pick, without Zach LaVine, just Vooch out there with our 4 point guards, we should be able to stink up the joint some more and lose some games. But Zach LaVine definitely helped us win some games with how he was playing, all-star level. But we definitely need to lose and get the luck of the draw, get in the lottery, get that first overall pick. And that's how the Bulls have success. That's the only way we have success. That's the only way we have good seasons. We get lucky and we get a draft pick that turns into D Rose, that turns into Michael Jordan. That's the only way the Bulls have success, if they get fucking lucky. They're not going to create success in free agency. They're not going to create success by building a good roster, high quality roster. No, they only get luck through the draft. And if they're not getting lucky in the draft, they're taking Patrick Williams. They're taking a 6th man in college. So things are not looking good for the Bulls. The only thing getting me through this season is just Kobe White, Matas Buzelis, Io. That's really it. That's really the only thing that's getting me through this season. Just those great young players. Cooper Flag would be really nice on this team. They're saying he's the best freshman basketball player we have seen in a long time. I'm excited about what he could be. Ace Bailey's a really nice player too, but like I said, the Bulls have to get lucky. I still would want them to just shake things up and just fire everybody that's on the staff currently right now. That would be the only chance we have at success for the future. to bring the Bulls back to success, everybody's got to get fired. It's a fireable offense to have 6 point guards on your roster, to start 4 of them in your starting lineup alongside a liability defensively at center. Just makes no sense. So, future of the Bulls is looking bad. It's looking cooked. Kenny Beecham, a Bulls guy, longtime Bulls fan, and somebody in sports media was saying he don't think he can see a Bulls playoff series win the next decade. It's kind of crazy to think, but he's not wrong. That shit sounds so far from reality. It's crazy. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, the roster we had some good players, and it amounted to mediocrity every season. So everybody's got to go. Everybody's got to get fired.
He just can't put together a healthy season. But during mandatory minicamp, he revealed to Bears media and in press conferences that his team reached out to the Bears to potentially get a contract